I'm Trish with today's QOTD question of the day, and this one is for all you soul survivors and desperate housewives. We asked fans to tell us what reality show you would totally win. We've got a few fan answers coming up in a second, and we want you to join us by recording your very own answer and be in the show.
As fans record their answers, we add them to our all-day show, and you can also check out our QOTD playlists to see some of our favorite answers so far.
You can use the links in the chat to vote for your favorites. Your votes help determine who makes it to the Thursday Big Show.
Our first fan answer is coming straight from London, and she's got a sixth sense about reality.
The reality show that I would totally win is Deal or No Deal. I just have this keen sense of knowing what's behind the box. So I think I could easily, I don't think I would win the million, but I think I could win 700K. And I would take the deal.
I love her answer because she's just saying everybody has something to bring to the table, right? Anyone can be a reality star, even if you can't sing or dance or survive in the wild. You can pick a box, right? All you need is like a little bit of looks and the ability to get lucky. And the better looking you are, the more likely you are to get lucky.
There's probably a show out there for any skill that you can imagine. Like they have a reality show for tattoo artists. They have a reality show for drag queens. They have a reality show. They have 10 million reality shows for cooking.
Yeah, I mean, look, they even have one for bad cooks, right? The special skill that she has is ESP, though, I don't think that's one that everybody has. And if I had ESP, I'm not sure whether applying it to Deal or No Deal is exactly the way I would go, but maybe, I don't know, prize is pretty big. Like for me, my special skill is suffering. So I feel like I would be great on alone.
Well, JJ, tell us about your favorite fan answer.
So I found an amazing answer from Rihanna, who is taking the concept of a reality show in a very cool direction.
If I was a cartoon, I would totally win Tool Drama Island. I feel like I have the ingenuity to do it, you know? Yeah, the girl can't fly under the radar. I'm not getting anyone toes for that show. But yeah, I would totally win Total Drama Island if it was a cartoon. And I'm pretty sure that counts as a reality show because it was like a reality show, wasn't it?
So I really appreciate Rihanna's answer because she's not talking so much about the skills that you bring to the show that are like specific to the show, but sort of the strategy side of it and like how you can play the underlying game of like manipulating other people, getting what you want out of a certain challenge or out of a certain voting system.
Yeah, and I think that's an underlying theme in a lot of these, like Survivor. I know when it comes to like the voting off the island, people come together. It's not necessarily about the best skill set. In the end, it really is about who you decide that you're going to partner up with, you know, just to undermine the enemy.
Total Drama Island is A, even more scripted than your typical reality show. B, nobody's real. They're just little drawings. So I don't think it counts.
From the more I learn about reality shows, the more I see how scripted it is. Like I hear about people filming confessionals and the producers will literally be like, can you take that line again? Or can you give us something else?
It may be totally scripted, but it's the sense of authenticity that I think is like at the very heart of what makes reality shows great. We love to see real people in these windows. Which brings us to our next question, which is my favorite, from Jeremy BM.
I'd like to believe I would win. Are you smarter than the fifth grader? Because I swear, they do not get those questions from fifth graders, right? Always make it a little bit more impossible. So I'd have a talk with that director beforehand, and I'd win. Oh, I'd win. And I wouldn't even use any of the assists from my fifth grader friends.
First off, let me say that I hope that Jeremy doesn't have too many fifth grader friends to call upon. But I think that what he's saying gets to the very heart of what reality shows are all about. Here is some real person, some authentic person who's going to get it right or wrong. We all know the answer, but we're going to come up with that trick question that's like a hole in his experience so that he can fail at it. You know, everything around it is artifice. But the guys on the show, Jeremy, is like a real person, and that's what makes it really great.
I know for me, there have been so many like basic pieces of information that I either just forget or just somehow never learned. And I feel like that's a very human experience that they're playing on. It's just like, can you believe that this person might not know this thing?
Yeah, I like that show a lot because it's unlike Jeopardy or any other sort of quiz show. You have this element of humiliation that we're putting in. Like when you're not smarter than the fifth grader, you can't get, and the kids that are on the show that like know the answer, they literally look at you like, Really? Oh my God. Like this is so easy. And it is for them. I like that element that it's actually a little bit of a comedy show as well, right? We get to pick on ourselves and pick on the contestants.
Well, as you can tell, we all have some really great answers to this question, a lot of different approaches to reality TV. But fans, if you have a reality TV show that you think you would excel in and even win, record your answers using the links below. And now I think it's time for our answers. So Keith, starting with you, what reality show would you win?
Well, I already said Alone. Alone is this amazing show where you have to go out in the woods and you've got a fair amount of gear, but there's no other people there. There's no camera crew. There's no nothing. It's just like you and the mooses and the wool. What really gets people is just being alone for 100 days. But I think that like if I geared myself up for it, I could be great at Alone because the survival stuff I would totally have nailed down. And all I got to do is get over the like not seeing other people. Maybe somebody else would love that.
I feel like a very easy solution to being alone is just like bringing a notepad and a pencil, because then at least you have some sort of avenue that isn't talking to the trees. You can write stuff down.
But you know, JJ, you only get 10 items, so you just gave up 2. You're not going to get the gill net, and you're not going to get the axe, and you're not going to get the fire starter. Something's going to have to give so that you can get that pen and paper. But maybe it's worth it.
I'm going to stay in studio and I'm going to win Chopped, because I am an expert at this sort of thing. Chopped is where you get like 5 random ingredients that don't go together at all. Your job is to make a comprehensive meal in a short amount of time out of it. And it's just, this is kind of the way that I grew up because my mom was like one of those wacky cooks. And it's a little bit the way that I live my life now. It's like I've got pasta and I've got a bottle of wine and I've got a cucumber and a box of gingerbread cookies. And I can make it into like a spicy, winey green casserole for the win.
So it's like no matter what's in your fridge, Trish, it's going to end up as being pasta puttanesca. I got it.
Oh, I did hear though about this TV show. I think it's called like Master Builders. It's a game show based on the Lego movie where you have like Lego builders come in and like they get challenges and they have to build stuff out of Legos. I was the biggest Lego kid growing up. Like I still have like 3 crates worth of Legos in like my attic. But I think I could do pretty well at that show. I think I've kept those creative juices flowing. And so channeling them into Legos, easy.
Let us take a moment to remember Bob Barker, the king of reality shows. Though Drew Carey does a pretty good job of The Price is Right now.
Yeah.
True. Good point. Yeah, no, Bob Barker, we remember him. An iconic host for sure.
Yes. You should spay or neuter your pets in Bob Barker's memory. Well, record your own answer using the links below and make sure that you subscribe, follow, or register. That way you can get all of our new questions or announcements right into your daily feed.
Yes, thank you everyone who's watched, voted, and recorded so far. Remember, the top voted answers make it into our Thursday Big Show, so vote and record away.
Speaking of thanks, if you really like QOTD, we would love it if you would share us or like our channel or write a comment right there in the chat. But if you really love what you're hearing, send us a thanks on YouTube. We totally appreciate it. And we'll give you a shout out on the air.
And remember, fans, to answer today's question, which is what reality show would you totally win?
You recognize that we conflated game shows and reality shows? Maybe they are the same.
Yeah, I can say that.